Hey guys, so today's video is going to be about my post-transplant process over the last year and a half since I got my transplant. So we'll start out with right after I got my transplant. So I was in the hospital for only 3 days. Then we stayed in an apartment for about a month after my transplant, and there you had to walk upstairs, and so I would ease my way into walking and stuff like that. The first week, I think it was really just moving seemed really hard. So they put the kidney in down by my leg, in my abdominal cavity, right above if you're looking this way, it would be my right side, in between the midline of your body and the outer leg, in that abdominal cavity, down by my leg. And so I could feel where my kidney was at after surgery, so I would now this sounds really weird, but trying to sit down for a little while was hard for me because I literally felt my kidney there. It was kind of like a rock in my leg, where sitting down was really difficult for me because those muscles had been cut and whatnot, and so bending and stuff like that was really hard. I thought I was gonna pop my stitches or something like that inside from bending down, but easing into it and bending down and stuff like that was took a week or two to get that to where I could bend without thinking I was gonna pop my stitches or anything like that. The surgery, I have a 10-inch scar on that side and I had actually staples put in. There were inner stitches and then staples on the outside, and so I had about 32 staples, I think, or something around there, where they cut me open and things like that about that surgery. And it took a while to heal. The staples were out in probably, 4 to 6 weeks they were out, and I was so glad about that because they started itching, and that means they're healing, or the place is healing, but it's kind of funny. It has scab and stuff like that there, but it seemed okay. I was responding well to all my medication and things that I was on, and I could eat things that I hadn't been able to before, and so my diet wasn't as restricted and things like that. So my recovery and everything moved really, really well, and we had gotten home from being there. And a couple of days later, I noticed this funny pain in that side, and I had actually had this pain before. So a year before my transplant, I had my original left kidney taken out because it was causing pain and stuff like that, and so they took it out. So I went into the emergency room because I was having pain, and they did a scan and said there was something going on with not my transplanted kidney. It was just fine. It was my other kidney, so I had to go back to the hospital that I was at, and I stayed in the hospital for 9 days. So I was in the hospital 3 days before they did the surgery or something like that, and then a couple days after or something like that. What had happened is my kidney had imploded and attached itself to my abdominal wall and my intestines, and so they had to cut me from the bottom of my breastbone down past my belly button, which it's a straight line, and then it curves past my belly button and goes down a little farther, so it looks funny. But so they had to take it out that way because they couldn't make a 6-inch incision because it had grown too large. They basically gutted me like a fish, I think, and just cut me straight open and took it out, and then they took my gallbladder out at the same time. So that was a major surgery, more complicated than probably a kidney transplant, but I after those first few days, we stayed another week down there and everything looked good. I was still responding. My transplanted kidney went through it with wonders, did a great job or whatever. They were really happy about that, and so then I got to come home. And then the real process of healing started to begin because they had cut me open there and I had had staples, and so like bending upwards or using any muscles in that stomach area for a while was really hard for me. It took a while to like be able to bend. Like I couldn't lay flat in like a bed for a while. I had to sleep sitting up and stuff like that, and of course I was walking and stuff like that, but I had to take it really easy because of my body and how it had gone through 2 major surgeries in a 3-month time frame, and so I really had to be careful. Like I couldn't lift a lot over like 10 pounds for a while. I couldn't really, I would move and be able to I would walk and things like that, which was good, but it was still like I would get winded really easily and the doctors told me not to push myself, so I tried not to push myself. I was an athlete throughout high school and middle school, and so I played sports, and so I'm so used to being able to push myself and stuff like that to my limit, and I couldn't do that with this. I couldn't push myself. But slowly and surely I got to be able to where I was be able to do more and be better and walk and things like that, and I was able to go back to college, actually go to campus where I've been taking classes online. So that was exciting, and being able to walk and run went slowly, but the process of healing and stuff, I really had to be careful with myself because I would run around and jump and things like that, and I had to caution myself not to do too much, which is really hard for me because sometimes I over that, and I could tell when I overworked myself a little bit, so I wouldn't do anything for a couple of days afterwards to make sure that I didn't hurt myself or hurt my body and things like that. But it was really hard not being able to lift stuff and do stuff, and I couldn't rocky terrains and jumping and things like that I couldn't do for a long time because I didn't want to hurt that, and so slowly and surely it did. My scars healed up nice. As nice as they could, I guess. So it was, but it was, that year it taught me a lot. It taught me, I had my limits, I knew my limits. I did the best that I could, prayed a lot, getting through recovering and surgery and things like that, and we're it was hard for me at times because I'm so, like I said, used to pushing myself and things like that, but I couldn't do that, and so being able to go back to school after 8 months post-transplant was good for me. I was able to walk upstairs and things like that, which was good, and the doctors cleared me for running at about a year, I think. I don't know, 8 months to a year is the time frame that they cleared me to start running again. So I like exercising. It's my stress relief from school, and so being able to exercise again and work out and run, and that really helped me. It's frustrating because of my scars and stuff like that, the places and stuff like that. I have scar tissue because I've had a lot of surgeries in my life, so scar tissue is built up, so I will never get back to what I was, the weight I was in high school or anything like that, but that's a whole nother video I'm doing, so on body image and things like that, how I recovered after having so many surgeries and so many scars, especially the major one down the middle of me. I will talk about that later, but just the gist of it is I am so very thankful so thankful for my transplant and the gospel and my belief in God throughout it all. That really helped me to be okay with a lot of things, and it helped me mentally dealing with a lot of things, because you go through a lot of different mindsets and a lot of different things while you're fighting for your life. And to have a miracle like that happen, sometimes your mindset shifts, and you have all these emotions and different things that you think about. And so with my body healing, it was also mentally and emotionally, it was taking time for me to, I guess, cope and heal with a lot of things. Like, we waited so long for this, and then miraculously Heavenly Father granted me the greatest wish I could have, and that was the second chance at life. And so it just, your mindset shifts, and before a lot of things are on your mind and stuff like that, I'll do another video on like the mentalness of it, I guess. But yeah, it was interesting, because slowly and surely, as I was building up, I could lift more, still within doctor's prescriptions and recommendations. I would always ask if I could do something or play something or something like that. Like, I would, they said like no falling or contact sports or anything like that for like a year and stuff, different things like that, that there were requirements that I asked my doctor about, and asked to make sure that I was doing everything I could. And that also entails diet and things like that. Like, you have to be okay with the food you're eating and the reactions that it has with your medications and things like that. And so that was something that I worked on and did, and I am very, very grateful for that. But I just wanted to give you guys kind of a rundown of what the last year and a half was like. It's my body recovering, me mentally recovering, going back to school, doing the things that I couldn't do for a long time because of the dialysis that I was on, and now I can run, jump, work out, and I know my body's limitations, and I'm very, very grateful and thankful for Heavenly Father granting me that. And so that's my video. If you want to, you can subscribe to my channel. I'll try to be more consistent about videos. I know I say that a lot, but I'm very grateful to like the 2 people watching this. But yeah, that was a little bit of my life that I'm gonna let you guys in on. So thank you, and have a great day.